Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. What is Donald Trump's obsession with Canada? Yesterday, Donald Trump once again made a comment saying Canada is considering being the 51st state. Next thing you know, Donald Trump's going to be up in the Oval Office singing, "Oh, Canada." Imagine Donald Trump combing his comb over, "Oh, Canada, our home and native land," with his little pudgy lips. Leave Canada alone, Trump. Oh, Canada. Donald Trump, Canada is not considering nothing, bruh. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it's Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Until my Thursday morningers, we're 3/4 way up the mountaintop. Friday is only one day away. Woo! I cannot wait for the weekend. Yes, I know I had an extra long weekend, but I'm very excited for this weekend, all right? I need it. All right, you guys, I have a good show set up for you. I have two lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Diddy's defense team calling for a mistrial, but the judge quickly said no. Also, we'll be discussing the difference between circumstantial evidence and direct evidence in the Diddy case. In quick Diddy news, we're going to talk about Diddy making millions while he's in jail, Cassie wanting to date Jay-Z, Capricorn Clark emailing Diddy after she worked with him and after the threats, Ray J rides for Diddy, and LAPD detective confirms Bad Boy Records license plate was at the Kid Cudi scene. In regular quick news, we're going to talk Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, Shannon Sharpe, Donald Trump, Barack and Michelle, and Tory Lanez. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, yesterday in our breaking news, we let you guys know that Cassie was rushed to the hospital in New York City. There were speculations that there was complications, but I'm happy to report that congratulations are in order to Cassie and Alex Fine, reportedly welcome baby number 3 in a New York hospital. Congratulations are in order to Cassie and Alex Fine, who reportedly welcomed their third child on Wednesday. According to ABC News, a source close to Cassie confirmed she gave birth in a New York City hospital. Other reports say that Cassie and the baby are healthy and doing well, sending Cassie and Alex and their family well wishes. Round of applause for Cassie. Cassie literally was like, let me get this court stuff over and done with. Let me forget about Diddy. Boom! Ready to pop out the baby. Congratulations to Cassie. Our first lead story. Judge denies Diddy's defense team's request for a mistrial. What have I told you guys for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, almost every day? Diddy is spending $3 million a month on America's best and brightest lawyers, all so that he can get a mistrial. But they were shut down yesterday. Diddy's defense team tried to push for a mistrial in his federal trafficking and racketeering case after they claimed some of the prosecution's questions were prejudicial. A judge, though, has determined that the trial will continue as is. During the trial, prosecutors asked the LA Fire Department investigator if fingerprint evidence related to Kid Cudi's car incident had been destroyed, and they asked who might have ordered the destruction of the evidence. Diddy's attorneys argued that the line of questioning could possibly implement that Diddy ordered the evidence to be destroyed, which they claim is prejudicial and implies Diddy may have influence to buy his way out of trouble. They said they are trying to plant the idea in these jurors' mind that Mr. Combs authorized this, the defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro said. Despite her claims, the judge didn't agree and denied the motion for dismissal, stating that the questions were not prejudicial. The judge then instructed the jury not to consider the question about the loss of fingerprints and struck it from the record. Okay, now why this is important? Two things. Once again, for, the 5th or 6th time, Diddy's team is asking for a mistrial, which they will bring to an appeal court if Diddy gets found guilty on all the charges to get an appeal. The more attempts for mistrial, the more grounds for appeal. More importantly, though, is the last sentence where the judge, and let me just get it again. The judge said, the judge then instructed the jury not to consider the question about the loss of fingerprints and struck it from the record. So it might not be grounds for a mistrial, but the judge is conceding that those kind of questions are a little bit out of line and that they are indirectly saying that maybe Diddy did have something to do with the evidence. We're going to get into that in our next lead story. But the fact that he struck it from the record and he told the jury not to listen to that question just lets me know that, yes, it might not be grounds for a mistrial, but the prosecutors are trying to put things in the back of the jury's mind. Now, that's what a prosecution's job is to do, and you're going to see the defense, they're going to do that when it's their turn to present the case. But it again goes to the fact of everything in this case so far, excluding Cassie's videotape, is very circumstantial. It's very, well, we would like for you to think this. We want to lead you to believe and think this. And I'm going to say, I'm just disappointed that the trial of the century, the Southern District of New York, the most dangerous prosecutors in US, this is what we're getting every day. I'm disappointed. It's just my opinion. We're going to talk about that in lead story. We're going to talk about circumstantial evidence and direct evidence. And then, we'll discuss it more then. All right, let's go to the second lead story. Our second lead story. All right, we're going to get into more Diddy stuff in quick Diddy news. There's not that much going on in court today. So I wanted to bring this up. This was a comment of the day, but I wanted to bring it up closer to the beginning of the show, just so that we can have an opportunity to discuss this a little bit more at length than just in comments of the day, okay? So this comment comes from Leighton Spalding. Trent asking for text messages or videos is ludicrous. Somebody is taken on more than one occasion, and your explanation is there is no text or video to back this up. So let me see. Hold on while I take my phone out to video you taking me. This is laughable. Your associates who are lawyers are making a mockery of your show to even suggest such idiocy. Do you realize that the video that started all this are surveillance cameras or CCT? Oh my. All right, Leighton, thank you so much for your comments. And this is the reason why I love my comment section. I like when people disagree with me and we could go back and forth and I hear your opinion and you can hear mine. First of all, I just want to clarify something. I never said that there should be video or text of somebody being taken. What I did say yesterday is I said over the span of 10 to 15 years, other than the Cassie CNN video, I'm surprised that the prosecution doesn't have any hard evidence, direct evidence. And we're going to get into that, what the definition of those are. And like I said, it wasn't just at that moment that Capricorn Clark was allegedly taken. No, I don't expect her to have a video, but I'm saying in over the past 10 or 15 years, she alleged a lot of things. I'm saying any of her allegations not being taken, but everything else that she talked about. Is there some sort of video or is there some sort of text message? And what I mean by that is not necessarily a video like, yeah, hold on, you're taking me, but you could, open your phone, put a little recording, you know what I'm saying? Like wear a wire, wear some sort of surveillance stuff because he's like this, set him up, go talk to him. There's some sort of, text or whatever. And people secretly record people all the time, all right? I know girls that have caught guys cheating on them through little recording devices. And it didn't happen one time. She said it happened 2 times. And she said a lot of the things that that happened to her happened multiple times. And again, I'm not just saying Capricorn, I'm just saying all of the people testifying, all of these assistants, just everything. I'm just saying my opinion, and Leighton, you're okay to have yours. I totally respect it. All I'm saying, and what I was trying to say yesterday is, so far from what we heard from the prosecution, a lot of it is circumstantial evidence, minus Cassie. Cassie, there was text messages and there was video. And so saying all of that, I wanted to give you guys the definition of 90% of the things that we've been hearing from the prosecution, and it's circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is indirect evidence, though inference helps determine a disputed issue. Unlike direct evidence, which proves a fact directly, circumstantial evidence requires interpretation and inference by the jury or judge to determine its significance. It can be powerful when direct evidence is lacking and can lead to a conviction if logically points to one conclusion. Key characteristics of circumstantial evidence: indirect. It does not directly prove the fact in dispute, but suggests it through related facts and circumstances. Here is another definition. Circumstantial evidence refers to facts and circumstances from which an inference or conclusion can be drawn, suggesting a certain outcome, but not directly proving it. Examples include fingerprints found on a crime scene, a suspect fleeing from the scene, or a witness who heard a gun shot but did not see the shooting. Circumstantial evidence requires interpretation. We read that before. Indirect proof. It doesn't directly prove the fact, but rather provides facts from which a conclusion can be inferred. So the only point that I'm trying to prove here, Leighton, is not if Diddy is guilty or not. We all know that he is guilty. Actually, let me be careful. We all believe that Diddy is guilty, okay? We all know that he's a horrible human being from what we saw him with doing with Cassie and from Cassie's testimony. But that is the SEX trafficking, force, fraud, and coercion. I'm talking about RICO. And normally, when you see a RICO charge with organized crime, you see wiretaps, surveillance videos. You see a lot more direct evidence and not so much circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence works when you have a mix of direct evidence and circumstantial. The thing with circumstantial, and like we just gave you examples, are, there's fingerprints at this scene, and you saw a black man that was 6 feet tall leaving this scene. Could it be Trent? Well, Trent's a black man. He's 6'2". It could be. His fingerprints were there. Okay, but where is this area? The area is his house. Well, if it's his house and you see him leaving there, could it possibly be that he was just there another time and the person who you saw walking away could have just looked like Trent? Yeah. That is circumstantial evidence. That does not prove that I did the unaliving of that person. Again, we're just making an example. So where it comes to Clark, was she credible? Yes. Was she believable? 100%. Were the other, what do you call them? Oh my gosh. Assistants. Were his other assistants? Yes. Everybody seems very credible. But like what I'm going to tell you in quick news, the defense just goes and starts picking holes. Oh, well, Cassie, you said that you actually liked the freak offs. Well, shoot, did she really like it or not? Hey, Capricorn Clark, you're saying that Diddy took you on 2 separate occasions and he did this and he said he was going to do that to you and he gave you a lie detector test, but you went back to work with him. Did you? Yes. Well, why? Well, because I needed a job. Things were messed up in my life. I have kids and I had work to do, and Diddy blackballed me. Okay, well, and then it's like, let's bring a therapist in. Well, what happens when people are in these situations? Well, they don't leave right away. And it's so like back and forth and wishy-washy. I just wish that the feds would have done their due diligence, maybe do some wiretaps, maybe do some surveillance videos, do something else that we could have seen, like how we seen in the CNN video of that hotel room on that CCTV. And of course, I get it. It is obviously almost the luck of the draw that happened in front of that CCTV. But all I'm saying is that in 10 to 15 years, with all these associates, all of these people, RICO is an organized crime, like his whole organization, Diddy, Sean John, Bad Boy, Ciroc, they're saying his business was a front for organized crime. And so far, let's just be fair because it's not done yet. So far, we have people recounting their stories with the only thing to go on is believing them. I just find that you might have one or two or three people on the jury that are going to say, I cannot send a man to jail for life beyond a reasonable doubt with the testimony of people without seeing some direct evidence. That's what I'm trying to say, Leighton. I am not saying that every single incident should have a text message and a video to corroborate that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying 10 to 15 years of an organized crime with, I don't know, 100 people, I don't know how many employees, but he's got to have 200-300 employees. You're telling me somebody didn't walk into a meeting and be like, yo, let me just like record this and be like, yo, Diddy, you said you wanted to throw Capricorn Clark in the East River. Do you want to really do that? Yeah, let's throw her in there after a lie detector test. Boom. All right, yo, Capricorn, I got him recorded. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have iPhones. We all have recording devices. This didn't happen in 1970. There's a lot of little things that we have out there. Now, having said that, you want to know what I really believe? What I really believe is that I believe that there was some recordings and I believe there was some illegal wiretappings from people or recording devices. And I feel like what people did is when this happened, they were like, yo, I can actually come and testify or you can buy it from me. And I think Diddy bought up all the evidence. That is what I really think. I.e. Gina, victim 3, when she was originally supposed to testify for the prosecution. And now all of a sudden, I ain't going to testify anymore. And I said it yesterday, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, because I don't want to get sued. But if you are really going to believe that 10 to 15 years has gone by in an organized crime unit that was $1 billion company and nobody decided to hit the record button on their iPhone, nobody decided to wear like a little secret mic and caught Diddy saying any of these things that these people are alleging to him, then, I have... I got land to sell you in Antarctica if you believe that there's no evidence. Of course there's evidence. Diddy brought up that evidence and the prosecution doesn't have any of it because Diddy beat them to the punch. All right. I'm just going to flat out there and say it. If I get sued for it, fine. But I'm just saying that is the case. And having said all of that, how it looks so far, it looks like from a direct evidence point of view that Diddy is beating out the prosecution. And I'm just disappointed that the Southern District of New York, which is the largest, most notable district in the entire US, the only evidence that they were able to gather, direct evidence, was CCTV video from 2016 where Diddy was putting hands on Cassie, which is horrible, which plays to the SEX, trafficking, force, fraud, and coercion, 100%. His defense team is going to say, hey, that was DV. That was a boyfriend putting his hands on a woman. The jury will have to do that. But this is supposed to be the trial of the century, and the prosecution lost Gina, lost victim 3, and they don't have direct evidence. That's all I'm saying. Dare I say, seeing that I'm literally just going on a tangent, like, to me, I feel the case feels like a little bit like high school. Like, I feel honestly like I'm getting a little disinterested in it. Of course, I'm still going to report it to you guys every day, 1,000%, but I'm starting to just feel like overwhelmed by, well, this is my story. And believe me, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to swear on the record, on oath, raise my hand up. Believe me, I 100% want to believe you. But then Diddy is going to have a chance for 2 weeks to put up his case. And then the prosecution, they're going to say, well, this is the case. I swear to this, and this is the truth. You don't know who he's going to put up. I just feel like it's back and forth. I feel like it's like a high school disagreement. And the jury is literally just going to have to sit down and decide who do I believe in this story? Because it's literally one person telling me one story and another person telling me another story. And I'm disappointed of the Southern District of New York. Asterisks, they still have 3 more weeks, We'll see what they come up with. We'll see if they can get Gina. We'll see if they can get anybody to flip back that Diddy has flipped. But the lack of evidence has me a little bit less interested in this case so far. I'm really happy that I got that out. In closing, I don't want to sum up if this is bad or good, but the prosecution has said that they don't need 6 weeks, that they need 5 weeks. So they've taken 1 whole week off. Now, that could mean a bunch of things. It could mean that they feel like the case is doing really well and they don't want to, overdo it and they're pulling back. It could mean that Diddy has gotten to more people and there's less people that are going to testify. Who knows? I just literally heard that today. I'm going to talk to some people and find out a little bit more about it. I'll tell you guys tomorrow, but there's changes that are going on. There's audibles being made. We're going to talk a little bit more in quick news, and you're going to hear a little bit of back and forth. I think there's something with, Cassie saying something that the defense just brought up. Capricorn Clark emailed Diddy. And again, every day, it's literally just back and forth. Just want to go over all my notes just to make sure. Disappointed in the feds. There is real evidence. Girls cheating, girls catching guys cheating, and people secretly recording people, wiretaps, and surveillance videos. All right, those are my notes. Y'all know me. I need my notes. All right. Let me know what you think. And again, Lathan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment. This is not literally taking any shots at you or whatever. This is me just loving the fact that I have a podcast that we could go back and forth. I'll be looking out for your comments. Let me know what you think about everything that I said. And maybe we'll continue this again tomorrow. Let me know what you all think about this in the comment section below. All right, and all right, this brings us to quick Diddy news. Ring my bell. Our first quick Diddy story. Diddy is reportedly earning millions in jail thanks to his private jet side hustle. Since his arrest, the rap mogul has launched a business renting out his $60 million private jet, according to the U.S. Sun. The jet has been available for rental since September 2024 and has reportedly been booked 126 times, flying almost 150 miles. Each trip costs $32,549, meaning the venture has already earned Diddy more than $4 million. Meanwhile, Diddy's SEX trafficking trial is ongoing. If he's convicted, he faces up to life in prison. I heard Diddy is doing a lot more out there. You guys know, we told you last week he has a meme coin. He has this private jet business. Diddy is working, and I told you, I heard his lawyer bill is close to $3 million a year. So, $3 million a month. So Diddy is working. If I were him, I would divest and, find some other ways other than, I would have sold that private jet a long time ago if I were him, because bro, you're going inside for a little while, but hey, who am I to tell Diddy what to do with his money? But hey, if he's making a little $4 million, which is chump change when your lawyer bill is $3 billion. Hey, do your thing, Diddy. Our second quick Diddy story. Capricorn Clark claims Cassie mentioned Jay-Z during conversations about dating people besides Diddy. All right. Transcripts from yesterday's court proceedings found more information about Capricorn Clark's cross-examination by Diddy's attorney, Mark Agofino. Jay-Z's name has been swirling around online in relation to the trial, and we have some real tea on what was said. Capricorn Clark mentioned Jay-Z after revealing she once told Cassie to leave Diddy and start dating other people. She mentioned to Diddy's attorney that Cassie allegedly says, "Jay-Z is taken. Who would I date?" The defense questioned Clark about this after she testified about Diddy and Cassie's relationship. You see what I'm saying, guys? Cassie saying, "Well, man, if I don't date Diddy, Jay-Z is already taken, so who else would I date?" Diddy's defense team is indirectly trying to say that Cassie's a gold digger. She should shout for money. It's only the creme of the creme. It's only the top of the top. She'll only date Jay-Z or Diddy. Does that make her a bad person? I don't know anymore. You know what I mean? Does that mean that, that she was into doing these freak offs? I don't know anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much like back and forth. Is that a good statement to make? Well, no, it's not a good statement. Does that justify sending a man to jail for life? I don't know anymore. There's so much back and forth and so much high schoolness, I feel, or whatever you want to put it. Like, I just feel like it's back and forth. She said this, well, he said that. Like, I'm leaving it up to you guys. Let me know what you think. Is it bad that Cassie doesn't want to date anybody but Diddy or Jay-Z? Does that change anything for you? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our third quick Diddy story. Diddy's team pulls receipts. Emails from Capricorn Clark sparks questions in court. In a surprising twist that during John Diddy Combs' ongoing legal battle, the defense team came armed with receipts. Emails showing that Capricorn Clark and a former assistant accusing Combs of taking her and threatening to unalive her, reached out to him in a friendly tone after the alleged incidences. During Tuesday's court session, a defense attorney presented a series of emails between Clark and Combs. One notable message from 2014 read, "Hopefully you'll forgive me soon. Be well." The defense used these communications to raise questions about the credibility and consistency of Clark's claims. All right, I honestly don't want to show you guys the email. Like, it's just like a waste of time. There's emails of Capricorn Clark saying, yo, I want to come back and work. Hopefully you'll forgive me. I really want to, work for you again. The prosecution comes back and says, well, she was blackballed. She interviewed with Jimmy Iovine. She told, Jimmy Iovine told her, don't try to stay in the industry anymore. She was in the industry so long. The fact that she is coming back, does that mean that her testimony is not good anymore? Is it not credible? Or does it mean that Diddy is wrong? Like, y'all see what the point I'm trying to make here? It's so much circumstantial evidence. The prosecution, for me, to get 100% conviction, they need to find some way to find direct evidence. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. Ray J predicts Diddy will get out of jail as he weighs in on his SCX and racketeering trial. He says there's nothing here. Ray J is stepping up, showing his support for Diddy while the music mogul battles his court cases. So far, prosecutors have brought forward emotional testimony from male dancers and Diddy's former friend Cassie Ventura and ex-employees. But Ray J says that he is convinced it's not enough to keep him locked down. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, the 44-year-old singer and entrepreneur stood firm on his belief that his longtime friend will walk away very soon. I personally think it's going to happen faster than a lot of people think, because I think we're all starting to see what is happening here, even if you're on the other side of it. All right, I'm going to play a quick clip. I don't know if I have the clip. Do I have a clip? Actually, I decided not to take the clip. I remember why. So Ray J's clip, the reason why I didn't want to play it is he starts talking about like Diddy wanted to go against the higher ups and the higher ups just want to like embarrass Diddy, which is like, let's just not even go there. I understand there's some people thinking that because he went against Diageo. So no, guys, this is and Ray J can have a right to his own opinion. It's fine. But like, let's not get too far ahead of it here. Yes, the prosecution is definitely missing some direct testimony. I don't think it's a higher up, higher power, whatever, this big ordeal. I think it is Diddy has been a disgusting human being for the past 20 years to people. People were very afraid to come out. Cassie came out, the tape came out, the Southern District of New York was like, look, we have somewhat of a case. If you guys all come together and testify unanimously, we have a case, although we don't have direct testimony or direct evidence, but we have enough that we feel comfortable to bring this to court. So let's not get misconstrued over here. Ray J has his own opinion. I heard a lot of people saying this. Let's stick to the facts here. Diddy is horrible. We need to find some evidence to prove that he's horrible so that 11 jurors could convict him and send him away to jail for life. We need some direct testimony. We need some direct evidence. I'm getting confused with all these legal terms. Anyways, Ray J, you ever wrote to an opinion? I just very much disagree with you. We need to stick to facts, bruh. Our fifth quick story. LA cops testify about Kid Cudi's call after break-in at Hollywood Hills home. All right, so Wednesday was the LAPD who was at Kid Cudi's house. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. I'm going to take out one little thing that I think is very important. The LA police detective testified that he ran the plate of the Escalade that was at the scenes and which came back to belonging to Bad Boy Records. Okay. There was some other things, but nothing necessarily that we need to talk about. And I think that, once again, it puts Diddy's company, Diddy's security guards, it puts somebody there, which doesn't look good for Diddy. But again, remember what we said at the top, circumstantial evidence. Because there's a fingerprint and because there's a guy that matches my description running, doesn't mean it was me. So they asked him, did you see Diddy in the car? Nah, I didn't see Diddy. I saw an Escalade though. All right. Kid Cudi, did you see Diddy there? Nah, I didn't see him there. Do you know if it was him that did that to your Porsche? Nah, I don't know if it was him that did to my Porsche. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. I just wish the prosecution could have said, yo, we pulled up, we saw Diddy there in an Escalade, and we saw blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? That would be good, not circumstantial. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to regular quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. NFL star Stefon Diggs goes viral after having women call him daddy as he enjoys his time on a yacht in Miami with Cardi B. He said, "What's my name?" All right, of course, I'm not going to play the video for you because there's actually some other things that are going on in the video that I can't play. We did post it up on Formerly Out Loud on our Instagram page, FORMALLY Out Loud, if you guys want to go and check it out. So a lot of people are talking about this, and we talked to you guys about Stefon Diggs before. Stefon Diggs is no angel. He was voted the person on his football team that nobody would want their sister dating, right? That's how known he is, all right? Everyone was like, yo, he was the last person on our team that we would want our sister dating. The sad part is that Cardi B has left Offset, divorced Offset for cheating allegations, et cetera, time and time again. And now she is with Stefon, which seems to be like he is no better than Offset. However, this video, a lot of people are misconstruing it. This is not Stefon by himself on the boat. This is him and his girl, Cardi, with a bunch of other girls there. And there's video of Cardi dancing with girls. There's video with him dancing with girls. If that's how they want to party in Miami on a yacht, who are we to say that he's cheating on Cardi? That's not saying that. And as we do know from, what we've been hearing with Diddy and what we've been hearing, with all of these civil cases, celebs are party how celebs are going to party. You know what I'm saying? So if he was on the yacht with these girls and Cardi wasn't there, I would say, okay, it's something to talk about, but he's with his girl and there's other girls. Like, I think we should let Cardi B be happy with who she is. Maybe this is a rebound for her. Maybe it's like, you know what? I'm divorced. All right, Stefon maybe he's not a loyal guy, or maybe, he wants to be with other people and she just wants to have fun. I think we should just let her be instead of being in the comment section, like dragging Cardi. Like, she's there on the boat with her man. Let her live. My opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second quick story. Shannon Sharpe pulls the plug on Nightcap Tour amid $50 million lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe is pressing pause on his 2025 Nightcap Tour with Chad Ochocinco, which has been postponed to 2026. The announcement comes as Shannon Sharpe fights his SEX lawsuit, $50 million. that sent shockwaves through the sports and media circles. The original 8-city tour was slated to begin June 13th in Baltimore with stops in Philadelphia, Charlotte, Detroit, and Los Angeles. But serious legal issues are now taking center stage. Sharpe has also taken a break from ESPN's First Take, saying, "I will devote this time to my family and responding and dealing to the false allegations." Here's a little video from Shannon Sharpe. Take a listen.
Before we get to the game, guys, I want to make an announcement. We've decided to postpone the nightcap tour. We look forward to seeing you guys in summer of 2026. It's going to be even bigger, even better. But Ocho and I have come to the conclusion that this is the best thing as of right now, was to postpone the tour.
Our third quick story. Donald Trump claims Canada is considering becoming the 51st state in the U.S. Donald Trump says, "I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of the fabulous Golden Dome system, that it will cost $81 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. They are considering the offer." President Donald Trump took to Truth Social to make a bold claim about Canada. According to Trump, Canada is interested in joining the United States Golden Dome system, which is a missile defense program. However, he says Canada joining the system separately will cost $61 billion, while joining for free would be a possibility if they became part of the U.S. He suggests that Canada is considering the idea of becoming the 51st state. Seemingly addressing Trump, King Charles III gave a speech in front of Canada's lawmakers on Tuesday, which received a standing ovation. In the speech, he urged Canadians to remain strong and free, according to ABC News. By standing true to Canadian values, Canada will build a new alliance and a new economy that serves all Canadians. Donald Trump, man. It seems like the past couple of Donald Trump stories, I'm just like, Trump. I literally think that he's just mad that Diddy is getting all the headlining news and attention, and he's just like, "Hey, here I am, talk about me." You know, having said all of that, I have been on record stating that although I do not think Canada should join the United States, I would be interested in, I don't know, putting 5 or 10 minds on like a special project to see if it's possible, how it would work, and the benefits. You know how much I love seeing people come together. Here's a stretch. How about the world become one world? I think literally like in 1,000 years, I know this might be a little much for you. I think in like 1,000 years when we're not here, I think that's literally how it's going to be. There's going to be like Jupiter, Mars, and whatever, and all these other planets, and the world will just be one country, one operating tool. Like, why do we got to be all separated and different, especially a land like Canada and the US that are all together on one landmass? But yeah, it can't just be like, oh yeah, we're just going to be the 51st state. You know, let's do some research. Let's find out how beneficial it could be. And then maybe we could decide. Y'all are going to drag me for that, I know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. Brock and Michelle reunite, and it feels so good. Brock and Michelle look like they're still going strong because they just were spotted in New York City, and she looks happy to be by his side. You got to see the photos of Brock and Michelle leaving the hotel restaurant on Tuesday in Midtown Manhattan, a rare sighting for the former president and first lady. Michelle is smiling from ear to ear as she leads Barack into the back of a waiting SUV, a notable expression given that we haven't seen the two together in public often this year. Last we saw the two out on a date in DC in April, so the sighting, along with last month's rendezvous, should dispel some speculation that there's trouble in paradise with these two. Brock and Michelle have mostly been flying solo recently, with Michelle being missed by her husband's side on a bunch of high-profile events, which has only fueled speculation of the possible split, despite Michelle denying they are getting a divorce. We have talked about this at length on our show. Y'all know I'm a fan of Brock and Michelle, not necessarily politically. We're not going to get into that, but just them. I like them as people. You should be able to take the politics out of the people. I like their relationship. Okay. I like their family dynamic. I like their relationship. Trying not to get into anything political today. However, I don't 100% believe that there was no trouble in paradise. I have been on record saying that. I've told you guys about Barack and Jennifer Aniston getting a little close, working on a Netflix deal, feeling like Michelle really didn't like that. We gave you guys some receipts about that too. I have listened to a couple of Michelle Obama's podcasts. I do believe that she is deciding to make choices for her, and that's why she decided to skip some things like Jimmy Carter's service and not going to Donald Trump's inauguration. And it's not because of those two things. It's just more like the podcast, the way that she's talking, and the Jennifer Aniston thing. I don't know if they were going to get a divorce, but I still believe, like in my heart, or in my stomach, I should say, like my gut is telling me like there was something. I don't know if it was Jennifer Aniston, but there was something that happened that it was like, hold up a second, Barack. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's just like a little pause, like a little timeout. And sometimes marriages need that. She has been on record of saying that they don't have a perfect marriage and things are not perfect. I don't believe that they were going to get a divorce, but I do believe something happened and she needed to take some time for herself. And Barack was like, do you? And I hope things are back together. The same way how the fact that she wasn't there at a lunch or a dinner or a service, I didn't think they were getting divorced just for that. The same reason, just because I see them going out for lunch doesn't mean that everything is hunky-dory. You know what I mean? Like, they're not together, divorced. Oh, you see them together at a lunch? Oh, they're happily married. Like, things don't work that way. They're still husband and wife, and they still have a family, and they still have businesses together. So just because you see them together doesn't mean things are fine. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. President Trump phones Savannah Chrisley, says her parents Todd and Julie Chrisley are getting a full pardon. President Donald Trump decided to pardon Todd and Julie Chrisley, stars of the reality show Chrisley Knows Best, who were convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. The couple has been sentenced to a prison term of 12 years. 12 years for Todd and 7 years for Julie following their 2022 conviction of defrauding banks for over $30 million and evading taxes. The pardons were announced after Trump called their daughter Savannah to inform her of the decision. The article highlights the potential context, noting that Savannah had spoken at the Republican National Convention in support of Trump and has been an advocate for her parents' release. It also mentions Trump's broad use of pardon powers, including recent pardons for another individual convicted of similar crimes, and quotes from Savannah expressing gratitude for the pardon, describing them as a restoration of justice and an answer to her prayers. The article frames this action within Trump's pattern of using pardons to benefit high-profile individuals, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, often those with conservative leaning and personal connections to him. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Sean Diddy Combs and Trump were like best friends for like 20 years. And a lot of y'all don't believe me, but there's a Rolling Stone article about that. Google it if you don't believe me. Now, Diddy and Trump, I know about their relation. These people, I don't know anything about. I did a quick little Google search, and I know a lot of people are not happy and people are talking about it. To be honest, I didn't do enough time. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys, as I often do when I don't know about stories. Let me know if this pardon was justified. If it was not, I see arguments on both sides. I don't have enough knowledge, so I'm going to leave it to y'all. Do you guys agree with this pardon or not? And please tell me why. Convince me on each side. Was this the fair pardon or was it not? Let me know in the comment section below. Our sixth quick story. We have obtained exclusive video of Tory Lanez's prison incident. We cannot post it on YouTube. It will definitely get flagged and taken down, but I just want to let you guys know if any of you guys want to see it. I don't know if y'all are into that. It is posted on our Formerly Out Loud Instagram page. We have followed up with Tory Lanez and everything that's going on. This incident makes it that much more worse. However, let's just be fair. This incident has nothing to do with him being guilty or not. 100% don't put him back in this jail where he was. He needs to be in protective custody, etc. But I feel as if the powers that be are putting out these videos and leaking these things while him and his team are making their case to Governor Newsom to let him out on appeal. And while I understand what they're doing, let's just be fair. Things like that happen in jail every day, all day. I've told you guys that I've heard from people in LA that Tory was no angel in there, no angel in that jail. He was not running the jail, but he was doing things that people in jail do. All right. And it's not like he was an innocent bystander and got poked up. So, not being cold here, but one doesn't have to do with the other. So anyways, if you guys want to go and see it, like I said, head to our Instagram page, formerly Out Loud, FORMALLY Out Loud. Check it out. Let me know. All right, this brings me to my favorite segment, Comments of the Day. All right, we already went through a big comment of the day in the second lead story. Shout out to Lathan again, Layton Spalding. But yesterday when I missed the episode, or was it yesterday or the day before? Like Monday missing the episode, but yesterday when I told you guys, like people reached out, I got two messages that I want to read to you guys for people asking and making sure that I'm all right. I thought it was really nice. So I'm going to read those to you today for comment of the day. However, before I do, I have a very, very important question to ask you guys. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Are they? It's your turn to answer. You're not too sure? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/Trent Out Loud, and get a free trial, a 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers that sell your data. They do it without your consent, and they make billions selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor to my family, friends, and Out Louders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically removing your information off of sites and keeping it off. Some of you might be saying, yo, I already have digital security protection. But having any other protection and not having Aura is like having your front door locked and keeping your back door open. There is no better digital security platform than Aura. Now, for anybody who is watching this show for the first time, I joke around when I do this because I have to read it every day and I have so much fun doing it. But I am very, very serious about protecting myself online. And I got this 14-day free trial for you guys because all my information and everything was compromised. And when I found out that it was compromised and I got it all fixed, somebody was like, yo, you need to have Aura so this doesn't happen again. Then I got it for the Out Louders, all right? A 14-day free trial. Sorry, I'm talking a lot today. Yeah, with Aura, you get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web. I wish I was known about that. You get real-time fraud alerts from for your credit card and banking information. You also have a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based support system, which is 24/7 around the clock. They're actually like the nicest people ever. They're amazing. All of that, what I said, if anything does go wrong, Aura has a $5 million identity theft protection package. So you're covered and then you're covered again. All right. Go to my link below, aura.com, 14 days for free. Here is the QR code. Take out your phone, camera, boom. It'll take you to my link. Like I said, I always joke around in this, but this is a very, very good offer that I got you guys. 14 days for free. They'll go out on the dark web, find out if any of your information has been exposed. It will take it off for you. No more scamming calls, no more emails, no more worrying. They do that all for free. And once it's done, it's up to you if you want to continue and take on a program with them. That's up to y'all. I just got you 14 days so that you could try it out and see if any of your information is out. And I can guarantee you at least some of your information is out there because that's how good these hackers are. All right. So thank you very much to Aura. Now on to the comments. The first one is from Alicia. She wrote, I pray that you're okay. I keep looking for your podcast. Hope everything is okay. We miss you. Anyways, I wrote back and I was like, hey, sorry, I took an accidental day off. Thought that was really nice. Here is another one from Angel Small. Angel said, "Where's your podcast? Are you okay?" Thought that was hilarious. Carrie said, "OMG, was so glad to see your show today. Thought you were missing." Anyways, I got a ton of these. Thank you guys for worrying about me, and I apologize for that. Didn't mean to start it, y'all. I'll make sure now to send out some sort of alert if that ever happens again. Anyways, thank you guys for the comments, and keep commenting. Sign up for Aura. Here is the QR code one last time. Thank you, Aura, and thank you, Out Louders. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Fans aren't here for India Love saying DDG is a genuine person after they spent time together at Kaisanat Streaming University. So I told you guys yesterday about Kaisanat Streaming University. DDG and India Love were one of the 150 people that were there. And a lot of people, after they see DDG, has nice things to say about him. I am not the biggest fan. But I don't know, I've never spent the weekend with him at Streaming University. Maybe he does come across as a nice guy, but she's getting dragged. People are making comments that says, women who say, I don't care about what he did to other women because he's been great to me, end up learning a tough lesson. Another person says, this is so tone deaf, read the room. And then another person said, these women have a natural alliance to losers. Here is India Love. Take a listen.
When you got genuine people in your corner and a genuine person like Moo, who genuinely is like a great guy, who doesn't have no expectations other than wanting to see another person win. So I don't give a rat's ass who, what, when, where, why, and how. Like, I'm very much Team Moo.
All right, so today's question is, when somebody has allegations, should you discredit them right away? Should it just be like, we're done? Or should you allow their allegations to be that allegations and continue to be their friend or acquaintance or whatever? Part two to the question is, let's say somebody's allegations turns into truth and they are guilty. Let's say DDG gets, his case is still going on right now. Haley Bailey still has, I think, full custody of their baby, and they're going to court in June. Should be coming up. Let's say that he is found guilty of putting hands on Haley. If somebody is a nice person and you meet them and you're like, yo, he's just a genuine guy, he's a nice guy, should what he did in the past, he or her, stop you from giving that person a second chance and saying good things about them? That's today's social discussion. And while I understand both sides, as always, and I am a fan of Haley, and you guys know I'm on her side. She has receipts, she has pictures, she has the court on her side. She's granted full custody of Halo right now. I still think DDG has a chance to, tell his side of the story. And just on a bigger note, if somebody wants to give that person who has allegations or has some negativity a new start or a fresh start and say, hey, I don't want to judge you on that. I feel like you're a genuine person. I don't 100% see that that's wrong. For me, I'm not saying I would completely discredit somebody that has allegations and or convictions, or if they've done anything wrong. To me, I would have to see how that person is reacting to those allegations. Are they empathetic? Are they understanding? That's why I'm not happy with DDG, because I don't really like how he's been acting towards Haley since online. But it's more about the person's personality after the alleged incident, even if they were convicted or even if they were found guilty or the allegations become true. It's all about, to me, for the repentance. Is that a word? How they are repenting. How are they acting after the situation? So I do agree with a little bit of the backlash that Indie Love is getting right now, the fact that it's still fresh, it's still open, I don't know, and the fact that DDG is not being humble and he's not repenting online or whatever. I totally wouldn't come on here and be like, he's such a nice man. He's such a nice guy. He's just generally a nice person. Like, what are you doing that for when we know what's going on with him? You know what I'm saying? So again, I feel like everybody has, a right to a second chance and everybody should be granted this or, right to due process or whatever. But before I jump out the window, to me, it's how the person is acting after the incident, which holds a lot of weight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Can a relationship survive cheating if it's only happened one time? Now, just want to reiterate this. Can a relationship survive cheating if it only happened once? Okay, listen to some of the answers. A relationship can survive whether you want it to be with effective communication, but people just see quotes and stuff on social media and let the influence them instead of making decisions for themselves. Okay, thank you, but you're not answering the question. Next person said, did it really only happen once? Do you just know about it that one time? The question is that it only happened once. If the man who is cheating, then probably yes. But if it's a woman, no. Men can't breathe when you pull a them on them. So basically, if a man is cheating one time, this person thinks that it can survive. And if it's a woman, she doesn't think it can survive, but because she doesn't feel like a man can handle it. Another person said a relationship can survive anything if the two people involved communicate and get down to the bottom of the problem. I don't have to read anymore. There's your answer. Of course, a relationship can survive cheating one time if the people get together and talk. And I love at the end of there, it's what's the problem? What's the reason? Was it for fun? Was it because you don't care? Or was it because you want to be with other people? Or was it because you loved the other person who you cheated on me with? Like, I feel like when we get questions like this and people are like, no, it's impossible. Like, it's like, you've obviously never been in a relationship. Like, there's layers to everything, right? Having said that, I do know somebody that experienced getting cheated on, and it wasn't even like a who was it or nothing. It was like, I'm going to drive you over to my apartment. You have stuff. Here it is. Get your stuff and get out, and never spoke to them again. Oh, that's crazy work. And they were together for like 2 or 3 years. Anyways. Another person said, is a bucket with holes in it useful? Okay, I guess that's a no. Another person had a meme and said, no. Somebody says, can we get another question? Another person said, I would never know because I'd be gone out the door. Another person said, cheating rarely happens once. How many times did you cheat before you found out? Nah, I'm good, love. Bye. No, because if you caught them, then they probably cheated 100 times before that. I don't necessarily know if I believe that, but I've never caught anybody cheated on me, so I don't know. Cheating doesn't happen once. And okay, they're talking about stuff. A lot of people said no. Somebody said only if you're stupid. That's not very nice. If he's accountable and makes obvious changes consistently. See, let's just work and let's just talk it out, people. Somebody said once is enough. All right, leave it up to you guys. One time, if somebody cheats on you one time, I'm going to broaden the question, because it has been asked a million times. If you've been cheated on, or if you catch somebody cheating on you, do you want to have a conversation and find out why? Do you feel like it can be saved? And does it have layers for you? Does the type of cheating matter? Was it a one night stupid thing and the person came back and they told you? What about that? Like, oh my gosh, I got super drunk. I was out at a bachelor party and I did this stupid thing. I feel disgusting about it. I'm sorry. There's no lie, no nothing. You didn't catch them. Is it over? I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I'm just asking the question. I'm just putting more layers to it. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to sports news. All right, guys, I'm sad, man. Like, I was so hyped for the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and it's just boo. The Knicks are down 3-1. Timberwolves are down 3-1. And yes, those are both my teams. However, if you go back and watch whatever episode I said it, I still said I think the Pacers are going to win, and I think OKC is going to win. Actually, no. I said I wouldn't be shocked if Pacers win, but I did say I think the Knicks were going to pull it out. Let's just be fair. But I did say OKC is going to win. They're just too much of a good team for the Timberwolves. But more importantly, I just think it sucks that it comes down to the Western Conference Finals and it's not even a competition. Like 3-1, like boo Timberwolves and boo New York. Although New York has at least been close games, you know? Anyways, I just think it sucks. Like I want at least like Game 6, Game 7. You don't know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And I think just more what I'm disappointed is that the finals are going to be OKC and the Pacers. Like, so boring, you know? Like, ugh. And I get it for those respective states. It's going to be amazing, but yeah. And I don't even know for like real like basketball fans if this is even like two teams. Like we're going to see so much 3-point shooting. Like it's just crazy. That's what I love about the Knicks. It's like grind it out, driving, you know, like it's literally just going to be a 3-point contest. Like that's it. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know if you guys are as unexcited as I am for the NBA Finals in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on today's show. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Friday. I don't know if I'm going to be as excited for Friday because it's Friday morning, and then we might have to do a Friday night because of the Diddy trial. Although, like, Fridays somewhat have been, like, not eventful, so there won't be like a Friday night episode, which means that you'll get a Sunday night episode, which I missed last week. Whew, the confusing schedule of Trent Out Loud. Anyways, just tune in tomorrow. For sure there's going to be a show tomorrow, right? Our Thursday night, Friday show. Before I let you go, I want to remind you one last time about Aura. It is free, people, free. Just sign up and just try it. Just be like, yo, Trent Out Loud sent me here. Don't say that I sent you here. There's a box you could check. Don't even put my name in there. There's a glitch. Just sign up, okay? And be like, yo, my name was here. My email was here. This person had my security code. This, like, they can tell you everything. It's just mind-boggling even to see. You get it erased all off the internet for free. For free. Sign up on my link below. Here's a QR code one more time. Don't forget to email me or DM and let me know how it's been. If you guys seen in the comment sections, people have been like, yo, I love Aura. Thank you. So sign up. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For my YouTubers, if you're ever going on a plane or if you're ever in a car, you don't have access to the internet, have no fear. We're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any podcast site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. I'm indirectly basically saying you could just download the show and take us with you. Thank you, podcast platforms. Now, vice versa, for those of you who are used to being on podcast platforms and used to downloading, thank you so much for your downloads and your support. However, we would love for you to come over here and hang out with the Out Louders. Sometimes I put like a triangle. Out Louders. This is not Jay-Z. Out Louders. Come hang out with the Out Louders over here on YouTube. Comment section is lit. As you can tell, even if you disagree with me or agree with me or whatever, I'm always trying my best to reach out and have the discussion. So come out and hang out with us over on YouTube, all right? Head on over to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. A couple of housekeeping rules. Hit that subscribe button. That gives you entrance into the Out Loud family. Don't forget to hit the like button. We got to get the algorithming. And most importantly, please comment. Even just let me know where you're listening from if you don't want to join in on a conversation. Hey, Trent, it's me, Chris from Alaska. Holla at your boy or holla at your girl. If you're really liking the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because that definitely helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social media platforms. I'm most active on Instagram. Regardless, it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I put some of your comments up on my stories on Instagram, so you can check it out there. We also have started a blog page on Instagram called Formally Out Loud. You guys have heard me mention that throughout this episode. FORMALLY Out Loud. Throughout the day, we'll post stories that we're going to be talking about during the podcast, and we'll post things that we cannot post here on YouTube, like the Tory Lanez incident and things that are censored or have copyright issues. We'll post it in full over on Formally Out Loud. So check us out there. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!